Hi everyone, I am on day 2 after my first round of chemotherapy. It is almost 24 hours after my therapy started later in the day yesterday, so I wasn't finished until about 7:30 last night. So my friend Leslie that powered through the day with me, she and I didn't get home until closer to 9 o'clock, so we had a really long day. But it was very good, it was very positive. Everyone at Moffitt was so great. I think for me, the biggest stress of the day was that everything was so new and not knowing exactly what to expect, because I don't think it matters how much education you get and how many people that you talk to. Every situation is a little bit different, and just never having gone through it before, there was a little bit of the anxiousness. I won't say fear, but just anxiousness for not knowing. And now that I know, and I think, my next treatment's going to be easier for me as far as just knowing what to expect and how that day is actually going to go. And because now they're able to schedule it 3 weeks in advance, I think it's going to be a shorter schedule because I'm already booked in, instead of this last time when I got in, it was trying to fit me in very quickly. So to give you a little bit of an update on where I am, because I appreciate everyone's input. There are a lot of women who have had endometrial cancer and gone through different types of treatments, some of which went through just a hysterectomy and everything was great, which is what I was hoping for. But I've discovered that I have become a bit of an anomaly. So in my initial biopsies pre-surgery, I had something called TP3, which is like a DNA marker that was very high, and some other things that had suggested that this was a fairly aggressive cancer, which is why they were trying to schedule me so quickly for surgery. After surgery, obviously, they take everything that they removed, which by then, which was 1 month after my first visit to Moffitt Cancer Center, I was able to get in for the hysterectomy. They did remove my cervix, and I'm very thankful that they did, because by then the cancer had spread to my cervix and it was not there for my initial diagnosis and treatment, which was the very last week of July. So they were all right when they said that it was a fast-growing aggressive cancer. It had not spread to my lymph nodes, and we were very grateful for that. My doctor was initially thinking, because my MM1 markers for my post-surgical cancer were, I think they called it, there was like a D, so I think it's MM1D, so it's on the declining, so it's lower, right? That would typically indicate that you would be more responsive to radiation rather than chemotherapy. However, my TP3 is still extremely high, and that's a chemotherapy marker. And that TP3 suggests that that there is an underlying very strong possibility that there is either cancer somewhere else in my body that is yet to be discovered, or that the cells that are lying dormant will come to life eventually. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So moving forward, she and Moffitt got together a tumor review board. There were 10 specialists involved. I had some additional blood work done, and all of my samples from surgery were retested, and the overwhelming majority conclusion was 96% said that the recommendation would be chemotherapy followed by radiation. And I know, I appreciate that I've had a lot of people reach out to me and say, don't do this, do that, do this, don't do that. And I know we all have our own reasons. One of the things that I can share with you is, and I've shared this with some of my friends here locally who were like, oh, don't do chemotherapy, it's so horrible. I said, you know what? I prayed about this from the moment I was diagnosed. I told the Lord, God, I will go through whatever you need me to go through. Put me in the right hands, and I will trust what they tell me and do what they suggest. And along the way, I've continued to pray for each doctor, each specialist, each person that I come in contact with, and I have an overwhelming sense of peace about this decision. And I'm very grateful. I know that chemotherapy negative side effects don't really take effect for a few days, until a few days afterwards. But I'm very grateful that I do feel really good today. And regardless of whether or not I start to feel poorly in, a couple of weeks between each treatment, I signed up for this, and God knows, and I know that He would never give me more than what I can handle. And I know and believe, I truly believe in my heart that this is the path I'm supposed to take. And I'm very confident that this journey will bring me out even healthier than I was. And I'm also very grateful that I'm here. I'm in Sarasota, and I have such a wonderful set of friends that I never even knew before I moved here, that are so supportive. And they are people that have come into my life unexpectedly through work relationships and through client relationships that have turned into friendships. And I just am so overwhelmed on a daily basis by the outreach and support, the prayers, and all of my friends that I've known you throughout the years, and now we're so far apart. And even some people that I've had brief interactions with over the years, and we've maintained some sort of a relationship over social media. I'm so grateful for everyone who has reached out in support and prayers. And I can tell you that it warms my heart and my soul, and I feel so uplifted through all of this. And it was very hard for me to share what I was going through initially on social media, because I felt that, in the beginning, it was still kind of hard to come to grips with. And I was just so overwhelmed with the positive reinforcement and support that I received. And so I decided I would try to do some video updates to let you know where I am. And P.S. and by the way, yes, I just got out of the shower, but I will be buzz cutting this probably this weekend, because by early next week it will all fall out with the not the radiation, with the chemotherapy that I'm receiving. It does all fall out. And when I learned it, I had already expected it. I thought that it would probably happen, and I'm totally okay with it. Not sure yet if I'm going to do wigs. I ordered some little comfort caps to wear, and we'll just see where that goes, and see, what kind of head sensitivity I have and things like that. But I'm fine with it. It's, it is what it is. It's hair, and it will grow back, and it will be very interesting to see what it looks like whenever it does grow back out. So please don't shed any tears over me for that. And thankfully I had my eyebrows tattooed a couple of years ago, so even if what little I have left, because Lord knows menopause has taken away most of my eyebrows anyway. Most of this is just little peach fuzz and little tattoos. So, I'll have some eyebrows, can stick on some fake lashes, and look somewhat like myself, I suppose. So anyway, I'm just really not sweating the small stuff. I'm just grateful that I feel like this is going to get me on the road to being the healthiest version of me that I can be. So I hope you all have a wonderful, blessed evening or day, depending on when you watch this, and I'll see you later.